Because when I look at you, you make everyone else disappear.
Feel my shirt? Know what it's made of? Boyfriend material.
还知道我喜欢穿什么衣服吗？因为你们被我征服。
I'm a bee because I'm crazy for you, honey.
Do you know what's on the menu? Me and you.
不要再抱怨了，抱我。
I think there's something wrong with my phone. Your number's not in it.
拍照可以站我左边吗？因为这样会靠近我的心。
There are 3 reasons I wake up in the morning. My alarm clock, basketball, and you.
是的，来到和平篮球馆的原因就是因为各位，欢迎大家再一次来到台北和平篮球馆富邦勇士的主场。大家晚安，大家好，很好。如果声音还不够大，记得好好善用我们与 Momo 购物一起推出的主题周。今天来到第2天了 ，Momo 购物 Brave 战队继续要来拯救各位的少女心，戴上我们为你准备的口罩，以及拿起应援手举牌，今天继续来享受我们的满满少女心的粉色氛围。那么在今天也要提醒大家，我们也推出了像昨天跟今天勇士都会穿着耀动活力粉的全新主题球衣，以及有许多的周边商品也正式在我们的2楼商品部。再来提醒各位一个好消息，我们的勇士全新官方商城已经正式的上线，但是有一个好消息，赶快注册加入我们的会员，因为要送你300元的购物金，只到今天，所以错过今天，明天就没有了哦。那么在明天正式白色情人节，在白色情人节的前夕呢，我们要邀请到大家篮球场上的情人，我们现在就要一起来跟他们坠入我们粉红泡泡的恋爱氛围。马上让我们欢迎我们的情人富邦 Angels。
다른 토요일 밤 모여 모두 다 get on the floor tonight Dance on a Saturday night 들어 모두 다 Welcome to my world, welcome to my world I pull it down 전화기를 들고 친구 불러 DJ는 drop 산소가 바닥날 때까지 춤춰봐 모두 멈추지마 뭘 좀 아는 남자들은 날 원하지 눈 돌아가 Cause I'm hot 넌 들어가 girl you're so nice 다분히 하품 나는 style 그렇게 더 네 멋대로 모두 같이 오늘 다 달려봐 분위기 살려봐 Come into my world Welcome to my world Oh welcome 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 to my world Feel me now 너를 멈추지 마 모두 다 welcome to my world 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 Let go Dangerous 날 더 망가뜨려도 널 믿을 수밖에 없게 해줘 Oh 아세스 찾은 캐리 난 네 옆자리 넘버째 Freak 따윈 잊었어 끝까지 가볼래 넌 날 반쯤 시계 만들어 You got me like crazy love 대체 네가 뭔데 미쳐 날려 기분이 up and down You got me like crazy love 나도 내가 out of control I'm getting let go I'm getting let go
掌声谢谢富邦 Angels。
现在为各位介绍本场比赛双方球员登录名单。首先介绍客队桃园领航员，球衣背号5号施延中，球衣背号6号关达佑，球衣背号7号林耀宗，球衣背号12号李家康， 球衣背号30号陈冠全，球衣背号45号温丽煌，球衣背号69号卢俊祥。为您介绍桃园领航员先发5人名单 Starting Five， 球衣背号0号 Number 0 Stephen Robinson， 球衣背号1号 Number 1 Jordan Tober， 球衣背号3号吴家俊，球衣背号13号陈玉瑞，球衣背号28号施晋尧。桃园领航员总教练 Head Coach 郑志龙，助理教练严行书、杨怡峰、柯焕伟，体能教练徐正宇，体能助理教练黄玉志，防护师彭丽珍，防护员范祥宇，总经理 GM 陈信安。请领航员选手先回到球员席。球迷朋友们，全新的赛季，我们将以卫冕目标迈进。相信自己没有极限，相信队友，相信教练，相信球迷朋友的支持力量，相信富邦勇士无限的可能。今年也再次打造热血沸腾的勇士主场。
I'm ready to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. So what are you afraid of? The feelings are made of. Get in the game, you're moving the fame, so then what you made of? It's time that we stand up, it's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time like the last time.
We believe， 苹果相信。富邦勇士的球迷朋友们，你们准备好了吗？现在为各位介绍第一组队台北富邦勇。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Officially, this is game 51 of the season, but is the 46th game of the regular season. We're across the halfway mark. Welcome to Heping Gymnasium. I'm Ryan Chen, your play-by-play on a Plus League English broadcast. Our two teams tonight, it's the contest between the Taoyuan Pilots and the Taipei Fubon Braves. Thank you for switching over after watching the Kings and Steelers game. That one has just about wrapped up. for the second of 3 straight weeks where these teams will face off. We'll see if the Pilots figure the Braves out, but they're up against a tall task, and that tall task is Samuel Digara and the likes of Ir Zaisev. A special happy early White Valentine's to our B.LEAGUE colleagues, Chairman Shimada, Saito-san, and Ayumi, and among the Japan Basketball Association, Chairman Mitsuya and Miki-san. That's why you see so many pink elements in the team's home decorations and the jerseys. Also saw that a lot in Kaohsiung with the Steelers. Last time these two teams played was last Sunday. Digara and company were too much with 22 points, 17 rebounds from the Giant from Malta, and a 20-point win against the Pilots, who were playing the second day of a back-to-back. Robinson and Tolbert combined for 44 points. Yesterday, Jet Chang scored 21 points in the Braves' 20-point win over the Dreamers. A game that both teams played hard, but the Braves were just too accurate from outside. Let's see if they can replicate it on the home weekend. Previously, we noted how unique it is for the Braves and the Lioneers to lose consecutive Saturday games, follow that with a Sunday win. You'd think it'd be the flip. Well, for the first time since week 4, the Braves now sit at the first place spot in the standings, up against the Pilots, who are now 5-8. One last note about the last matchup between these two teams. There were 4 timeouts I noticed in the second quarter, and the Pilots were +5 in that frame, 27-22. And before the end of the third quarter, the Braves committed a timeout, running low on time. And Robinson hit a half-court shot to bring it within 9, but in the fourth, Lai Tingun turned up the pace with 8 points. Sam He-Sou-Zhen and Mark Tian-Won-Kui are Mandarin broadcasters. 球迷朋友，你找到了英文的转播，要看He-Sou-Zhen跟Tian-Won-Kui的讲评，就按照我们的 Plus League 的中文直播。As I mentioned, these two teams will play each other in 3 consecutive weekends. Won't be 3 consecutive matchups. That might have happened in the first year of the Plus League. Only 4 teams, but with the 6-team league, you're gonna mix things up just a bit. Last year, the Pilots were only able to defeat the Braves 1 time in 8 matchups. We expect the same starting lineup from them, but a little bit of change to the Brave side. We'll bring you that shortly. Tony Chen is the head coach for the Pilots. We'll hear from him pregame.
在2月份我们只有1个比赛嘛，1场比赛，所以我想那1个月里面呢，让大家在心态上做了一些调整，而且。基本上那个时候前面的战绩我们是排在末，所以呢球员基本上心里大概就憋了一口气。那我们在那个月的训练，其实内部的竞争还蛮大的，所以我想体现在这个比赛的结果，那我觉得也是很这个顺理成章啊。目前前面是大汉跟那个俊祥受伤之后呢，我们大概可以打球的人大概就是在我们教练组比较稳定的大概8个人。所以对于48分钟的比赛来讲呢，然后每一周要打到2场以上至少，所以确实是一个很大的压力。那俊祥回来之后呢，在我们的锋线、在人的调度、在外线上有了一些这个起头的作用在，所以我觉得虽然多了1个人在目前，不过对我们现在球队来讲帮助还蛮大的。那我觉得俊祥的回来也提升了所有球员的信心。
Tony mentioning how the Pilots, bringing a poor record into the break, had a very fierce competition during practice and 2 wins in 3 home games to start things off. And what they consider the second half has really helped, and finally getting a few healthy bodies. Looking at their split when they win and lose, they average 16 more points. They shoot 10% better. They score 17 more points in the paint, and a big part of that is scoring in transition on the fast break. The Pilots last season having a rather short rotation. This year pulled up players from their other team in the Taoyuan team, and so they thought they had a much more stacked roster, but some of the cohesion wasn't there. They mentioned on the broadcast getting healthy. Taoyuan still dealing with knee injuries. He was a free agent signing with Huang Honghan, a guy that they dearly miss. Do it all forward. And on the other side, Michael Singletary was the player interviewed. He had a standout performance in last night's game. We'll see what he had to say this afternoon.
It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm starting to feel better and better. So I'll be 100% when the playoffs come. I think the key for us is we had to get back to playing defense the way that we know how to play defense. Everything we do starts from our defense, our transition, our offense, all that starts from our defense. So we've been kind of honing in on our defense, and it's led to obviously 4 wins in a row, and that's going to carry us the rest of the season.
Besides the last game against the Dreamers, where they allowed 101 points in a very high-paced game, their average points allowed is only at 83. It's a big step up from the earlier season Braves, who were kind of struggling to hold things down on defense, though very successful on the offensive end just the same. Currently, they're sitting at 4th place in the league in points allowed, but they do go up against a faster pace. In the 4 wins, they score 102 points per game, shooting 47% from the field, 22 assists, and that win-loss points is at 18.5. And the first team, on the bottom note, the first team to reach 4 wins consecutive games played. So thanks to our partners at Momo TV for providing those statistics. Michael Singletary dealing with calf and Achilles kind of discomfort. He sat out some time, some names. And on a back-to-back, getting the break. And interesting enough, they're also going to let Zaitsev also catch his breath in this one too. Well, breaking down some of the field goal percentages, the Braves imports score the 2nd highest field goal percentage at 48%, behind the Lioneers 50%. And the Braves as a team shoot the basketball the most accurately at 43% overall. Meanwhile, you can say they allow, or the opponents choose to shoot the fewest shots as import duos against the Braves at just a 32%. And on the other side, for the Pilots offense, I noticed that earlier in the season they chose to go with their motion and Princeton, but they're switching to more horn sets, as we see the 3 referees for the game. Crew chief number 32 in the middle. So as I was saying, the Pilots offense now revolving around their imports from left to right. Robinson with Tolbert, Sijing Ayao with Hayden, Wu Jiajun, and Ray. Ray. And for the Braves, they're only starting 1 import. That will be Degara, alongside of Winston, Ray, Lin Mengxue, Jet Zhang Zhengxian, and Joseph Lin, Ling Shuwei. Finally, with their rotations kind of settling in order, the Braves like to start Joe and Jet, 2 good friends, also 2 very effective players on the floor. They do combine for 2 of the highest steal per game average players. Jet at 1.4, tied with Mike Singletary, and Joseph Lin tied with Lai Ting at 1.2 steals per game. And yesterday in the first quarter, when they went on their run, those 2 guys came out, and the Dreamers made a little bit of run of their own. So Zaitsev might be starting off the bench, but some notes about him. He was the import of the year from last season, 20 to 21 season. But he was also a champion in Ukraine 2015 in the league out there. Poland in his first year outside of his home country, 2016. And he was an SBL champion with Taiwan Beer in 2020, and then a Plus League champion last season. Member of the Braves, 19-5 regular season, and determined the victor with the 3-1 series lead against the Dreamers before that series was called off because of local COVID-19 infection. As the players finally file onto the court, this game is a little bit on the delayed side. Meanwhile, for the Pilots, Robinson leads the team in 4 categories out of 5. The only other is Hayden Wu Jiajun, who has 3.6 assists per game, which ranks 8th in the league. As we mentioned, the Pilots have not defeated the Braves in 2 tries this year and have looked pretty feeble against them as well. Bringing out Degara is the big test for them. Not only on the defensive end, but saving their legs to have enough on the offensive end as well. There's the whistle. Tip is up, out of bounds. They're gonna call it for the Pilots. Road team in white, the Braves in their blue and pink 拯救少女 theme weekend. Robinson will get an early shot attempt, hits it. Like I mentioned, the imports are gonna give a lot of leeway to work in the middle as a 2-man group. Meanwhile, I got 2 shooters in the corner and maybe a 3rd local player joining the action. Joseph Lin, utilizing a Degara screen, makes a mid-range of his own. Colbert with Degara in front of him, adjusts his goggles and gives it up. Ayao to the basket with a lane, with a reverse. This time they took advantage of a lack of paint protection. So the Pilots did win 2 of 3. Did not shoot great from 3-point range. It was an improvement. It's a big key for teams who are smaller trying to beat bigger teams. And the Braves, very good, very efficient scoring offense. Missed shot. Pilots trying to expand on a 2-point lead. Robinson will get the basket and the foul. Robinson going to the line, an average 71% free throw shooter on 53 attempts so far in the season. He has taken the most free throws on the Pilots team. With that 3-point play, it's a 5-point lead for the road team. Winston trying to pop free, loose with the basketball, out of bounds. Gonna stay with the Braves. Two screens for Joseph Lin. Up to Meng Xue, whose 3 rolls out. He started in last night's game, but he even take a shot attempt as Ayao gives up the layup attempt. There's a lot of Braves in the area. Robinson trying to get after Joseph Lin. Too strong with that mid-range. Jet driving, now switched on to Tolbert. He's tries from mid-range, in and out. Robinson switching sides and throwing it out of bounds. Hayden was sinking down with him. Talking about usage rate, really high for Robinson right now. 3 shot attempts and a turnover. The first in the game. Jet and Degara again. This time Mongshe from the right side. It's out again, and Pilots rebound. With a crease, he throws it up. Sujinyao down in a heap at their basket as the Braves go on the fast break. Joseph Lin finishes with a layup. Aya must be up because they don't stop the clock. All 4 points by Joseph Lin. Aya to the corner. Hayden's 3. Big arc and clanks out. Joseph to Degara. They're going to call a charge as Robinson took flight, but not the way you'd like him to. Now 2 team fouls on the Braves, none for the Pilots, as indicated by the horizontal bars underneath their score. Plus, League also utilizing a different score bug from our first season. Got that adjustment, trying to use the 8-bit theme that we're using this season. Eye out deep from 3, no good. Jet driving the lane, finding a crease. He's going to get an and one opportunity of his own. Now, understandably, not a packed house on a Sunday. Currently, the high school finals are taking place at nearby Taipei's Mini Dome. There's Jet splits, 12.6 points a game on only 33% shooting. Trying to find that efficiency after an MVP season. Point set again. Wu Jingxiang, fresh in the game, runs into Joseph Lin, who gets the block shot on him. Pilots hang on to it. Running out of time. Hayden banks in the high floater in the face of Degara. And on the other way, Winston, his patented bank shot, bounces out. It's going to stay with the Braves as Mongshe got in the mix for the rebound and got his team another possession. So we mentioned Jet. Last season, a 41% field goal shooter. Gets an opportunity back door, and Degara smashes it in. Good follow-up. Tied at 9. Hayden with space to Guandayo. One of those energy guys who could benefit from a better 3-point stroke. Hobart misses the fadeaway. Going to be called for the foul is Guandayo. And I got caught up behind Joseph Lin there. Another look, Jet meeting Wu Jingxiang, but nobody boxed out Degara. It is a very daunting task, to be fair. Braves on offense again, trying to take the lead for the first time in this one. Mongshe down low, almost out of bounds before Winston will hit the baseline runner. Getting to start this game, his 6th start of the season. Came off the bench 11 times. Guandayo from deep range, he hits it. Guandayo on the season Only 9 for 37, 24%, but including an 0 for 4. 0 for 4 Saturday against the Dreamers as Joseph Lin throws the basketball to himself and called for traveling. That'll be our first break in the action. Pilots hanging in there, but we just began, so keep watching for more of Plus League basketball after the break.
热切的掌声献给富邦 Angels。
12 basketball games here in Taiwan, but thank you for choosing to watch the Plus League. We're 2 of those 12 games. At the same time going now, 3 other professional adult level basketball competitions going on, as well as the high school finals. Be sure to give a like. Let everyone know you support the Plus League. You see on screen Brendan Smart checking into the game. Along with Eor Zaisev, the 2 of them defending the imports of the Pilots. Robinson high up for the mid-range, no good. Holbert right there for the rebound. Trying to beat Smart, and he does with a quick turnaround. Now Tolbert without the goggles. He's marking Zaisev. Ayo applying pressure to Jet up high. Now kicking the basketball, they'll get a little bit of a reset. Well, we mentioned Jet in the first portion of the game. Sujinga also made it known that he would like to go for the MVP award, but it's going to be a tougher climb. Formerly the 6th place team, now the 5th place team. Jet missing the layup. Now Robinson euroing 3 or 4 different directions, and Wu Jingxiang missing the putback. Time for the Braves to counter. Jet spinning, getting the foul. Guan Dayo from behind. As I mentioned, Sujinga also put his name up for an MVP discussion in the preseason, but right now 36% and only 25% from 3. Not quite good enough. Guan Dayo has got 2 personals already. He makes the first free throw. He averages 74% from the line coming into tonight's game. That's Lewis coming in for Winston, and Pong Pong for the Pilots. Pong Pong had an impressive 5 assists in the Saturday afternoon victory against the Dreamers. Ayao, Jingxiang, they're looking for Tolbert. Can't get himself free till now. Zaisev nearby to help. The ball movement's not there. Smart jumps the pass. Let's see if they call a 24-second shot clock violation. They do. As we see Tony gesturing some player movement, as it took a long time for Tolbert to get in position, and as soon as he did, Braves double. And Pilots, players without the basketball, stood still. Jet cuts through. Lewis drive right. Screen with Zaisev, hesitates, now fires, rattles it in. Hayden throws it right to Joseph Lin, behind the back. Behind the way, and Zaisev finishes with a slam. Bad sequence for the Pilots. Now they try Tolbert. Smart jumps out, Zaisev jumps in. Out the other way. And Hayden with the right hand. You think he might have a chance with the left hand, but goes out of bounds, and now doing a little bit of stretching before getting back on his feet. See that again, Ayao diving toward the basket as the Braves combine for this emphatic finish. Big Z is his nickname after using Xiaofu last season to a lot of fans' delight. Joseph Lin will take a seat on the bench. Number 0, Lai Tingan in his place, guarding Hayden. He had an opportunity. Si Jingyao now floats up the right hook for 2. Braves had a 3-point lead, now it's down to 1. Lewis on the rub screen, no. Lai Tingan with a head of steam. Out to Beast, he's fresh in the game, and knocks down the 3. Beast had a good game in yesterday's contest. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. That was all in 19 minutes, less work. Tolbert getting the foul. Zijie came over to help. Well, if you wanted that stat, he had 1 personal foul yesterday, so he equaled that really quick. There we go. That's the example. Lai Tingan and any guard can provide to his team that penetration, ruining the defensive formation. Tolbert knocks down the first free throw. Likes to go by the nickname Big Game James. .330 left. Deep possession for Smart, but it goes through his fingers. Ayao tries the mid-range, no good, and Tolbert's there for the rebound. Kind of rare that Zaisev gets beat on the board, though. He was indicating there might have been a foul. Swirls out. As Lai Tingan creating havoc again. Beast from the left side, he prefers it. Too strong. Maybe a little broadcaster's jinx there as Lai Tingan gets the long rebound. Smart. Lewis with the basketball. Kind of sloppy play as Lewis dribbles it out of bounds unintentionally. Pilots with a good recovery on that dribble drive. Already 5 turnovers for the Braves. As I mentioned, maybe the one bad spot was 9 turnovers in the 4th quarter against the Pilots, but they did win that quarter pretty easily. Ayao off balance, didn't get the roll. Beast finding a space, lays it in. Pilots kind of fell asleep on that one. Crucial stretch for the Pilots, only 1 import. Jung Xiang takes the shot, bounces in and out. Braves trying to expand on a 4-point lead. Beast spins in between. Looks like it'll be out of bounds off the Pilots. Good anticipation by Tolbert. Another look, Beast on Pong Pong, who lost him on the baseline. On the out of bounds. Hayden jumps him, but Beast to Lai Ting-un. Not usually gonna score from that angle very often, but it works. 6-point lead for the Braves. Robinson with the landlord guarding him. Terminates the dribble. Pong Pong's deep three short. Way short, and the Pilots' scoring has dried up. Now a corner shot, no good. Beast patient with it and blocked out of bounds. More than vicious block by Robinson. In this quarter now, only 7 for 22 are the Pilots. Beast backing down Taoyuan. Finding Lewis for the 45-degree shot, no good. Robinson, elbow jumper, no. Pilots don't also have any fast break points to their name. Braves, meanwhile, with 6. Trying to go to DeGara, but the ball bounces over his head. As Robinson, just eyes on the basket, takes the jumper from the other side and finally swishes it. Landlord in a very dangerous spot. Flips it to DeGara. And Taoyuan, all he could do is commit the foul. DeGara will go to the line. Only the 14th foul by the Pilots. A little back and forth. There won't be any free throws after all. As I mentioned, Taoyuan last season and previous seasons out of Taiying on the SBL. Lai Ting-un couldn't finish with the English. That might have been the best reverse layup we've seen all season. Robinson, another mid-range pull-up, too strong this time. Running low on time, Lewis deflected to the landlord, forcing up a shot, no good. Kind of a stumbling finish to that one, but the Braves, after going down early, now find themselves up by 4 as we head to the first and second quarter break. Thank you for watching the Plus League. We'll be back after this.
谢谢各位。好的，马上来为各位介绍今天陪伴大家一起应援的富邦 Angels。从我的右边开始，分别是秀秀子，再来是柠檬，接着是安娜，再来是东东，继续是杰米，接着是丹丹，再来是卡卡，最后是慈妹。好的，还有一个在后面长得有点好看的比尔。谢谢各位，我们接下来继续为勇士加油！
with the trade and signing deadline coming up. Be sure to follow the Plus League social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now LinkedIn. For news of new signings or any player movement, we'll be sure to have him there. The Braves have now rotated on 11 players. The Pilots still a little short-handed. We definitely don't expect Li Yaozong to appear in this one. He was in street clothes during the pregame warm-up. Joseph Lin, quick-fire three. I don't know if it touched anything, but Robinson gets an extra rebound for the Pilots. Will try a three-pointer for himself, short, and Jackie Zhang is in the game with a rebound. And Zhen Xiangjun trying to get into the game. Joseph Lin on the baseline, hesitates and finally lays it in. Pilots cannot accept the Braves getting fast break points on them. They are, after all, the smaller team. Robinson trying to look for space. Now cut off. Guan Dayo, head of steam into the hands of Joseph Lin. Forcing Taoyuan to take a forced shot, no good. On the break again, Jet to the basket. Couldn't finish, Robinson was there in his way. Pilots don't take advantage of numbers, but Tolbert to Guan Dayo, his three, made one, made another. Good start for number 6. Already with 6 points. 2 of 2 shooting is good. He does have those 2 early fouls, but he'll take it. Jet walks up, and misses the three-point shot from top. On the evening, the Braves are only 1 for 10. Pilots are 2 for 6. Only keep that working in their advantage. Colbert hands off to Robinson. Landlord in his face, takes another tough jumper and no good. Driving the baseline, Jackie. Gonna be called for the offensive foul. A little bit too much offhand action. Another look at that one. Well, you could give an argument for it. Pilots in their horn set. Colbert going on Degara, finding room, laying it in with the right hand. Almost a steal attempt, but Degara now charging downhill. He's gonna give it up into the hands of the Pilots. To the other side, Taoyuan end up getting blocked. Now in a little bit of pain as a couple players go down. Another look at that one. Jackie with the partial block shot. And one thing about Degara, he's willing to go to the floor for loose basketball. So when he's on the floor, everyone's got to be aware of the big guy. I'll take a seat. Coach Roger mentioning that doesn't like to use Degara for more than 5 minutes a stretch. Low on time, bounce pass to Hayden. Guan Dayo to the baseline, to the other baseline. Little touch pass, Robinson able to finish in tight space. So after that back and forth, the Braves now call timeout. A 7-2 run, and the home team, a little bit lackluster effort. Send us to a break. Thank you for watching the Plus League. Be sure to leave a like. You can read the English About page of the Plus League now on the site pleagueofficial.com/about_EN. Now the Pilots got a little bit of energy in their step. Bring it to a 1-point lead over the Braves. Playing on a back-to-back. I mentioned Robinson leads the Pilots in 4 categories. Well, Michael Singletary leads the Braves in 4 categories. The only one he doesn't is blocks. Big Z at 1.4. It's a big step up from last season's 0.83 blocks per game. Jet pressured by Ray. Working with Zaitsev. Going left, kicking it Jackie. Didn't catch it cleanly and left the shot short. Landlord's there to clean up the board. Going to the basket with courage, but Guandayo missing the shot. Jet with Zaitsev again. That's tipped by Robinson. He's really good at that. Teams always underestimate him as the Landlord commits the foul in transition. So the reason we call him the Landlord is because of his nickname in Mandarin, Da Fang Dong. Jackie will come out of the game for Winston as he gets some instructions from Coach Roger. Robinson at the line. Flushes the first free throw. Robinson mentioned 3rd in the Plus League in scoring at 24 per game. Currently he's already at 10. So he might need to do a better job explaining the no noise routine he likes to use. In a post-game interview, he said it's for the opponents and for the haters. But he showed it off a lot in the Pilots home games, and so a lot of fans were confused. Are we rooting for the wrong team? Don't worry, it's not for you. Couple free throws, and the Pilots got the lead back. Now in a zone look. Winston, shot fakes, they swing it. Jet on the baseline. Will take the tough fadeaway. That's gonna go out of bounds. No, Zaitsev made it competitive for a second. It's gonna be a Pilots partial break. Guandayo flies in for the lay-in. Already with 8 points is Guandayo. Playing the top of the zone along with number 69, Lu Jingxiang. Deadly shooter intercepts the pass, 2-on-2. And that's a bad pass the other way. Winston read it and intercepted it. Now Tolbert jumps the pass and 3-on-2 the other way. Lu Jingxiang missing the layup. And Mengxue will start the break. This kind of drill that you do in practice all the time. Jet will try the corner 3, no good. Got more cardiovascular exercise right now. Ayao to Robinson. Fires from 3, no. Have a tough stretch for the broadcasters right now. 3-point shooting, 1 for 13 are the Braves, 2 for 7 are the Pilots. Joseph can't help there. Another bad pass by Jingxiang. As Joseph Lin finds Zaitsev, easy lay-in. And that's a timeout for the Pilots. I don't know if there's much to teach about fast break offense other than be decisive and have a little bit of courage. Lu Jingxiang, a couple of quick turnovers in this one. Pilots do lead the quarter 11-6, but you got a feeling that it could be up by much more. Tony's saying, make sure you play under control.
啊，俊祥稳住，啊，稳住，没有机会，真的不知道可不可以投，不知道可不可以才拉回来嘛，最多失掉一个机会，但是我们球没掉啊，啊。
Tony speaking of the importance of turnovers, 5 by the Pilots, 12 by the Braves.
等一下，看看他们谁上来，应该他们会改变中了，不知道了啊。好了，哎，一样啊，还是讲求啊，落边防守肯定要注意，你一空间进来，我们就要协防，协防他们大的再进来篮底下，我们就零了，我们就没有优势了。来
2 imports for the Braves, taller than the imports and anybody for the Pilots, and you add to the fact that Chen is listed at 204. On paper, is taller than any pilot. Chen 37-year-old, played at Zaixing Zhongxue. I believe under Roger at the time too. Those two guys go way back. Members of the Braves coaching staff sporting the Ukrainian flag on their face mask. Support of their teammate and for humanity. It's gonna be another horn set for the Pilots. Colbert driving on a big Z, getting the bank shot. Now a little bit of pressure at the Braves break. 8 points for number 1 in the middle of the zone. Shading onto Big Z's side. Now there's a foul call. Only the first team foul for the Pilots. Another look at that. Zaisev just working hard. 2 personal on number 28, Si Jinyao. Out of Songsan High School, who has missed the high school Final Fours a couple seasons in a row. Lewis, pass fakes. Back to Lai Tingun. Running out of room, pumps the deep shot, no good. Here comes the Pilots on the break. Braves are back in time. Robinson to Tolbert, who smashes it off his face on the pass attempt. Another turnover for the Pilots in transition. Definitely tough for Robinson. I guess your only other chance is to bounce it off the hardwood. In any case, Braves basketball. Zaisev. Stopped by Tolbert. Beast will fire from 3 short. So right now the fatigue showing up for the Braves shooting percentage. Wu Jingxiang, top from left, no. Well, the Pilots having a rough time with their shots, not falling. To the other side, Mengxue with 2. Beast will get the assist. 25% beyond the arc for the Pilots, 6.7% for the Braves. Colbert on the elbow. Going to the basket, finding room, but leaving it short. Zaisev start the break. Lewis from the corner, his 3, no good. Mengxue took advantage of Pilots not getting back in time. Driving kick game for the Braves as Beast. Driving left, leaving it for Mengxue, reverse in. Another Pilots timeout, 4:26. Between the 2 timeouts, only a 2-point swing, but right now the Pilots find themselves kind of stuck, and the Braves playing mature. Good player movement, good ball movement. Beast right now finding Mengxue and flying in from the dunker spot. On the season, Beast averages 2.3 assists per game. If you stretch that out to per 36, that's 3.8 assists per game. He's also one of the best on the team in per 36 plus minus. At 11.9. That's in 12 games played. Only one start. I believe that was opening day. Braves coaching staff making a point to save him in his legs, starting him off the bench. Pilots are out of timeouts for the rest of the half. I mentioned 4 timeouts in the second quarter in their last Sunday's matchup. It's not impossible they don't surpass that here, or actually equal that here. They're on the bench. Li Jiakang and Shi Yanzong, Wen Lihuang haven't made an appearance quite yet. Yesterday, Bees kind of led the second unit as the point guard with Lai Tingun. Not a great effect, but in this game, those guys have been effective. Guan Dayo hits another 3. Besides Robinson, Guan Dayo now elevating himself to 11 points. Best scorer for the Pilots. Zaitsev. Lewis. Get past the Beast. He's deadly. Low on the shot clock. Zaitsev hit the 3. His favorite spot from the left side. Quick answer for the Braves. Xiang getting the Robinson screen. They're going to call an off-ball foul. Simple play by the Braves. Yields a good result. Zaitsev now has 7 points, 3 of 3 shooting. Wu Junxiang didn't even realize he was open, missing the layup at the basket, taking away an assist from Pong Pong. Having a horrible game so far. Getting crossed by Beast, but now travel is called. They called for that little bunny hop. Well, Shi Jiang will check in the game. Pilots have entered a stretch playing the #1 team 3 times in 4 games. Last Saturday it was against the Dreamers, who they defeated. Then the Tuesday game against the Kings, who were #1 at the time, they were victorious. Now the Braves currently sitting at first place in the 6-team standings. Ayao fakes the pass, takes the 3, no good. Lewis, they were looking for Degara fresh in the game. Still not going to him. Beast pulls up from 3, got it. Now the 3-point percentage is pulled up a little bit. Now 3 of 18 are the Braves. Robinson, push shot, follow up, can't get it. And now he flops to the ground, hope he's all right. 4-on-4 right now as Degara finally enters the picture. Lewis's 3, hits it. Satisfied look on his face. Robinson, baseline, leaves it up and in, and falls over a couple cameramen. It's rough making a living in the Plus League right now. I don't know if Robinson's also responsible for the camera equipment, but he checks him out. Pilots will be in the bonus. Look at that one. Meng Xue behind and had to push him. Doesn't work. Robinson lays it in. Oh, that's why. He was taking care of a member of the Pilots media staff. Robinson at the line now. Stays perfect. We've actually had a perfect free throw shooting game so far. This is very unlike the Plus League, where the average free throw shooting is only at 67%. A little bit of a press for the Pilots, and then they retreat. Landlord looking for a teammate. And now commits an offensive foul, sticking his elbow out. He's asking for the reasoning, but if your hand wasn't already there, you can't stick it out. Get another look at that one. Well, he also took his hand off the basketball, so. Almost steals it. Killer Kwan driving on Lewis, flying. He's gonna get the foul. The referee's affirming his call. Consecutive fouls for the Braves. One's a turnover and one's gonna result in more free throws. Only the first personal for number 2, Lewis. Kwan Da-yo is gonna go to the line. Missing it. Kwan Da-yo's part of what is known as the Nansan group for the Pilots. 5 members of the team from Nansan High School, a high school powerhouse. As after a couple makes, the Braves now call another timeout. So here we go again. Now Roger having some choice words with the referees before getting to his team. Right now in the second quarter, 20-19 for the Pilots. They have shot 5 free throws to none by the Braves. Beast is right now the star highlighted, 8 points and 5 assists all in the first half. 接下去他很多的都会进入到犯规，我们已经跟裁判讨论，所以重点是在这边你要去绕平安打，自己的全部是你来溜，看看这样可不可以跟这里溜完之后看啦，这边的是尾卢哦，所以你看如果这边的有人帮忙，就直接尾卢，有人会埋伏这边不要动，因为你没有时候你要再出去，自己走，这边要这样走，就这样子跟走。 Sounds like the landlord will be charged with trying to find the open man from the high post. So earlier we were talking about who is playing number 1, the Pilots. Now have a strength of schedule of 52.7%, which leads the league. Braves are at number 2, 51.1. More on that later. Digara had that one poked. Running low on time, gets it to the landlord. Shaking, faking, faking. Gets away with an almost travel, then hits this awkward mid-range shot, building the Braves lead to 5. One thing the Pilots are doing better in the second half now is the defensive intensity. Kwan Da-yo floats it up off iron. Beach in transition, fires from 3 short. And Lewis no lighting on with the steal and missing his own layup with the left hand. Tolbert comes away with it. We're going to 2 for 1. He's going to get a post up. Landlord not backing down as Tolbert facing up. Giving up to Robinson. Finding space, blocked by the Landlord. Routing 2 imports successfully. Braves are gonna hold for a last shot. They had Degara on the first try. Screen by the Landlord. Leitingen poked out of bounds. A little bit time left. So as I mentioned, the Pilots putting in a lot more effort and focus on the defensive end. Getting a lot more deflections. Trying to disrupt their opponents on offense. Beast hesitates, now fires. Almost banked it in. That would have been a highlight play. They'll go to the break, up by 5. Beast, the architect of their lead, will lead the team to the break as 10 Braves have already scored. Meanwhile, the shorthanded Pilots only have 4 players who've scored. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make. We'll go to the halftime. Be sure to leave a like before you take your break.
抽出5位朋友，可以获得由台北保时捷中心所提供的玻璃杯以及保温瓶组合，是我们 P.LEAGUE 的品牌。5位朋友，第1位、第2位，好，第1位是编号0587，记得来到两边来做集合领奖哦。同时，我们也欢迎我们 Momo 购物非常可爱的 Momoko 以及 Kiwi 再次来到场中。 再来第2位是2792，第3位，怎么又有这么可爱的小朋友？2615这位朋友，你2个都给我，我没办法让你领奖。来，比尔再帮我抽1位。好，第3位是1008，被我念到的，赶快来到两边的篮筐后方集合。 下一位是1325，第5位0077，非常幸运，0077来到两边集合。再来，比尔还有一个大奖，可以获得 Taoyuan A 咖翻转美腿机1位而已，按摩一下，连勇士跟我们自己都好想要，帮我抽出1位，连 Angels 都想要，来，1位，1897，恭喜你获得。 美腿机，我再附送一次哦。前面5位是0587、2792、1008、1325、0077，以上可以获得我们的杯子的组合。再来获得美腿机的是1897，赶快来到两边来领奖。好，谢谢。那我们要来颁发。 我们再征求一下，刚刚有拿到小球的朋友，对，赶快来到我们的场边 ，OK 吗？来，我们就直接请出列，来到场中央。好，来，我们的 Momoko 跟 Kiwi 帮我再往外侧一步一点，让中间的朋友来站向中间。OK， 好，谢谢。我确认一下，1位、2位、3位、4位、5、6、7、8，最后一位小朋友的爸爸吗？对不对？好，来，先听我这边。 我们先这样好了，右手拿白旗，左手拿红旗，先一致，我们要规定好，右手白色，左边红色。好，应该都玩过这个游戏吧？就是我讲什么就做什么。对，好，举例，我们先练习一下暖身，准备，1、2、3，来，红旗举起来呀，白旗不要举。哦。
After the first half, the home team, the Braves, find themselves up by 5 points. I'm Ryan Chen, your solo broadcaster on a Plus League Sunday evening. Sam Husseau Zheng and Mark Tionghui are the Mandarin broadcast duo. 球迷朋友找到了英文的转播，按看中文的讲评就按中文的转播连接。Before we begin our analysis, the Ukraine and Russia conflict began on February 24, 2022, and we're still asking for a peaceful resolution. Applaud everyone and every company who's donated humanitarian efforts. And also want to say thanks to corporations who are demonstrating by pulling their dollars and involvement from the aggressors. Now getting to the highlights, the Braves maybe not having such an easy time as they did last game against the Pilots, but it has been a kind of sloppy one with a lot of turnovers and careless mistakes by both teams. And of course, we mentioned that you have players like Beast who bring that experience, not afraid of the late clock situations. When his three-point stroke is going, that's not helping, and his driving, no matter for his own score or for some teammates, also a point that you got to be afraid of. Meanwhile, for the Pilots on their side, right now have 22 from their import duo of Robinson and Tolbert, who are right now 8 of 22 shooting, which is all right. But performance is like an 0 for 6 for Lu Jingxiang, who also has 2 turnovers. Si Jingyao only 2 for 7. And Chen Yurei, who started the game, but has only played 9 minutes, 0 for 2. The Pilots are looking for sources of inspiration on their side. Their offense is a little bit on the stagnant side. Their movement not yielding any openings. But they have seen a little bit of success in transition before they turned it over so much to the Braves. There's the combined team statistics. Right now, the Braves are scoring the basketball 41% from the field, 31% for the Pilots. Three-point shooting. Braves are taking a lot more threes. They've only made 1 more. Something the Pilots got to worry about in the second half. Rebounding advantage to the Braves, 33-22. They have more assists, but also more turnovers. Right now, 14-7. We'll try to key in on more things to break down before the start of the second half. Thank you for watching the Plus League. We'll be back after this.
这位美女吗？谁对谁错？右边的错。好，谢谢。来哦，1对1，1对1。哇塞，给他们掌声鼓励一下好不好？也给我掌声鼓励一下，我快没题目了。好，双手放下来。好，5、6、7、8，双脚蹲下来呀，双脚站起来，双手一起举，双手一起放。红旗举起来呀，红旗不要放，红旗举起来呀，红旗放下来，白旗举起来呀，红旗白旗举起来，双手一起放，蹲下来，好休息一下，好累哦，好，再来，好，我知道把握时间，5、6、7、8，白旗放下来呀，白旗举起来，红旗白旗举起来，双手放下来呀，右脚举起来呀，右脚放下来，右脚举起来呀，左脚蹲下来，左脚举起来。对不起，真的太难了。我可不可以帮他们加那个奖项啊？可以吗？可以吗？因为我觉得再这样下去玩不完。可以哈，好，掌声送给他们，太厉害了，谢谢，来，我们就一起来合照颁奖，恭喜2位，刚好1男1女，恭喜你们，谢谢。我也觉得这个游戏好辛苦，来，我们的 Momoko 跟 Kiwi 一起来到中间，那也要再一次谢谢我们的 Momo 购物提供这么棒的奖项，有我们的 Mobi， 还有我们的筋膜枪。同时，我们参加奖的朋友也可以获得 Mobi 1000元，而这些 Mobi 正代表着在我们的 Momo 购物网，相当于是新台币的1000元哦。好看正前方，帮我看正前方。 好看正前方，好，谢谢，恭喜以上的8位朋友，谢谢你们，谢谢谢谢。好，那也帮我把 Momoko 跟 Kiwi 来牵回去，谢谢谢谢谢谢谢谢，还要记得领奖哦。好，再来我们水绿色的朋友来到场中，我们还要拍照。来，我们水绿色的朋友，来比尔帮我一起合照，恭喜以上5位朋友。好，还有一位美腿肌的得主是，好，恭喜，来，英成跟我在两侧，我们来拍照一下，来往中间，谢谢。好，来看前方哦。
Now, people of any nationality can apply for work-related visas to enter Taiwan. It's only possible because we get vaccinated and practice COVID-safe habits, like wearing masks when we're in these indoor venues, not as the athletes or the referees involved. Looking at the scoring leaders for the pilots, starting with Devin Robinson's 14 points, followed by killer Guan Dayo's 12, Tolbert with 8, Sijian with 4, Hayden with 2 points. Meanwhile, for the Braves, Beast leads the field with 8, followed by Zaitsev 7. Joseph Lin's made a couple threes for 6. Jianwei Lu's 5, and Jet with 5 points as well. But like I mentioned during the second quarter, right now, 10 Braves have scored. 12 Braves have made it onto the court. Zheng Xiangjun, we know, dealing with a few injuries. We'll see if he's healthy enough to get back into this game in the second half. One last break before we head to the halftime. Welcome back inside Taipei Heping Gymnasium, home of the Taipei Fubon Braves. You can see in the background Mark providing commentary. I'm Ryan Chen on the solo English broadcast. Welcome all you fans tuning in. And the player to get the highlight package is number 12, Bees. So far, 8 points and 5 assists. Fans would welcome a scoring outburst like we had on January 2nd, the second game back from injury. Scored 24 points in that overtime victory over the Kings. On the other side was Amigo, who today tied a domestic player single game high score of 39. And so Beast, in combination with the likes of Chen and Taoyuan, when you talk about experience, it really shows up when late in the clock, they are able to make a play out of maybe nothing and have an opening to score the basketball. And so funny enough, on the Mandarin broadcast, his former teammate Sam Hoso said, talking about some of the old stories they've had playing together. Beast on the season has been a 42% field goal percent shooter, notably 33% from beyond the arc. There we see Tony working on his microphone. And on the other side, Roger, maybe making sure his whiteboard's nice and clean, generously provided by a Molten here in Taiwan. There's a whistle, and they're just about ready to go. Here it is. Pilots start things off. It's going to be the same starting lineup for the Pilots. Braves have Digara, Jet, Joe, and Jackie. All the Jays as Tolbert, big game James, scores the layup. Big to big screen, but it's a pass out. Joseph Lin has that one fouled by Robinson. After a little bit of exchange, they talking it over. Joseph Lin, after 2 screens, the landlord hesitates the drive. Now delayed pass to Digara, who barely gets in the air for the dunk. A patient sequence there. Back to a 5-point lead for the Braves. Robinson guarded by the landlord. Seems like the Braves all right with staggering their imports. Pulls up from 2, no good. Another deep pass, this one tipped. And a foul before as Hayden kind of hacking away there. So right now, the Pilots having problems with the entry pass. Most teams get it off to the wing. We see that especially for the Lioneers playing with Sim Bular. Entry pass from the wing, supposed to be the quickest route, but a couple possessions in a row with the landlord from top. Bular holding the basketball for a long time, now gets it out with position, but a big 3 by the landlord, no good. Tolbert will show him how it's done, short. Joseph Lin to the basket, has that one tipped. They're gonna call goaltending. It might have been on the way down. Right now the Pilots suffering in transition. It was a close one, but counted for the home team. Team in the blue and pink. Robinson runs out of room to Tolbert. Long 2, short again. Up to DeGara, who's fouled from behind by Robinson, giving chase. I think it says Salmonator on the back of his jersey. That's the importance of running the lane. Robinson will go to the bench. 3 fouls by the Pilots. DeGara kind of stiff on that free throw attempt. Taken 24 free throws and made 16 of them. That's good for 67%. Looks like a lane entry violation, but it's not going to be counted. But the free throw counts. It's now a 8-point lead. Now the Braves chasing around the basketball. Jet bounces it out of bounds. They started out in a 1-3-1 zone look. This man defense as Guandayo goes to the basket and throws it out of bounds. No shooters ready to catch the pass. That's where you talk about guys being in sync on offense. Whenever you got a driver, somebody's got to show up on the baseline corner 3. Jet driving right, bouncing it off of Sujingham's foot. Jackie was in the corner. Joseph Lin behind the back, bumping into Guandayo. Not going to call it. Taoyuan foot race to the basket, and Zhang Kengyu with a 2-handed block. Firing up the crowd as Joseph Lin can't knock down the 3, and DeGara with the easy stuff. And as you can see, fans, the big clock on that side of the basket, the one we use for the broadcast, as the Pilots call timeout. Seen enough of the Braves run on them. Down by 10, they're going to try to stem the tide. We'll go to a break, back after this.
准备比尔的了，来第1位会员产生了，再来继续帮我找第2位、第3位。你有自己携带手做的手举牌，帮我举高，让比尔发现你哦。比尔发现谁了呢？哪一位？哪一位？为了酷帅高冷而来的吗？恭喜你成为我们的会员，来帮我送给他。再来第3位。 大家要记得，以后勇士主场第3节第1个暂停就用力举高，哪一个？哪一个？好，你走过去送给他。第3位也产生了，恭喜以上3位。那也提醒大家，之后只要来到我们的主场。
Not easy to be a mascot as Bill having to maneuver up and down the aisles to provide some handouts to the fans. Next week, the Braves host the Steelers on Friday night. Then on the weekend, the Dreamers host the Lioneers and then the Steelers. Meanwhile, the Pilots will play host to the Kings and the Dreamers. Early goings in this one, it's pretty simple. The Braves are not afraid to find DeGara in transition or in the half court. Excuse me, the Pilots play the Kings and then the Braves. That's the logic in the Plus League. Friday night becomes the Sunday road teams. Tober crossing over, then missing the deep shot. And Lord gets seniority on the rebound. Now Landlord, screened by DeGara. Deep pass off the backboard. rare turnover by the landlord on the entry pass. From 45, Ray hits the three, as we need to excuse some explicits. In no hurry, they swing it around. Jackie will fire from three and get the bounce. Pilots weren't getting those deep shots to fall, but Jackie right there, showing his familiarity with the hoops. Guan Dayo hook pass to Tolbert. His three, yes. Pong Pong is marking Gagara. Swings it to Jackie. Gagara with deep positioning, but it's going to be a deep shot. And Guan Dayo charged with boxing out the landlord unsuccessfully. On possession for the Braves as Jet can't finish it, and Tolbert with a rebound. So Pilots weren't running with him, losing the advantage. Ayal to Ray, they'll reset. Landlord in his face. Finally initiating the offense, forces up a shot, no good. Ball deflected, but now it's a break for the Braves as Jet goes to the basket, and complete lack of effort by the Pilots on both ends of the floor. We see a couple guys are getting ready to get checked in. Tolbert hands off. Guan Dayo. Back to Ray to Tolbert. Size mismatch and they run out of time. Pilots right now look completely disinterested with this game. Robinson will come in too. Looks like they're staggering the imports. So we see Jet take advantage of space. Guan Dayo and Pong Pong, the two players left in for the Pilots. Zaisev's also in too. Call it travel. Looks like a tan-tan, which I told the audience is when you pick up, you take off on one foot and you land with the same foot. For the Braves, Ray is in the game. Number 13 trailing Robinson as Guan Dayo flies to the basket, passing out to Hayden. His three, too strong. Would have been an exciting sequence. Guan Dayo got that good penetrating and the courage to take flight there, but he's getting crossed up by Joseph Lin, flies around, leaves the floater short. A couple missed opportunities, one for each side. Hayden driving. Guan Dayo from three, too strong. Bricks that one off the backboard. Hayden, good effort. Comes up empty though, and Wu Jingxiang able to get it free. 2-on-1, becoming a 3-on-2. Wu Jingxiang missing from three, getting his own board. Guan Dayo will get things reset. Get Robinson involved maybe. Finally, call a foul. Jackie almost had Pong Pong there for 3 seconds offensively. Looks like he got a little cut inside his mouth. They didn't turn it over, but the Pilots having a little struggles in transition there, as we see Beeks and Lightian. Fresh legs checking into this one, giving Joseph Lin and Jet Chang a break. So a two import lineup for the Pilots as Tolbert's back in the game. Wu Jingxiang, the mid-range short, and Tolbert fighting for the rebound but bouncing it out of bounds. Glad the effort. Results weren't there. Been a couple minutes since we've had a score. Beast probing left, finding Leitingen. Leaves it for Mungsha, erased by Tolbert. Robinson stays in bounds. Here come the pilots. Partial break, Lu Jingxiang. Robinson almost juking out Lewis. Now going to the basket, getting it in. Any way you can do it. Zaisev to Mungsha. He can't get the flip himself, but will go to the line. Never see Zaisev show off the skills in transition, even as a big man, even as a 7 foot tall. As Metcalf would say, ginormous human being. Ray will go to the line. Missing it short. He's out of Taishan Gaozong, Taishan High School, also in the Final Four. One of two. I guess you could say one of the few Guoti guys to get away from the pilot system, he and Jackie. But Jackie was a pilot last year, so I don't know if that counts. Nice pick and roll. Tolbert blows the layup. Golden opportunity missed for the Pilots as the Braves have a break. But Beast slows it down. Zaisev taking his time. Blocked by Guan Dayo. Also getting the rebound. Ryan in transition, leaving her for Tolbert. Would have been an acrobatic finish as he goes the floor hard. Looks like he's all right though. Robinson now with 16 points. DeGar will come into the game, taking the place of Ray. So a 2 import lineup for the Braves. Perfect with the first free throw. Robinson, his highest level was with the Washington Wizards of the NBA. You might know that league. From 2017 through 2019. 2-for-2 trip at the line. According to my notes, he went to Christ Church in Virginia. For high school, that is. Talking about high school a lot this weekend. Nice pass by Lewis, but intercepted by the Pilots. Hayden to Robinson, who avoids DeGara, flying in there a little late. Pilots apply a little pressure, but nobody marks Beast as he brings it across the timeline. Zaisev finding his way to the other side, 2 points. Robinson tries from deep, he hits it. Points kind of picked up and Pilots have made up a little bit of ground. Zaisev backing down Robinson, flipping to the other side. Not called, and some frustration on both teams. Tolbert with 4 Pilots looking on. To the left side, his 3, in and out. DeGara with position, but it's going to be a Beast splashing the 3-pointer. $11 points on his night, leading all Braves in scoring. Who's going to answer for the Pilots? Running low on time, 5-4, spin move by Tolbert, slamming it on the baseline. What an answer as the Braves looking for Degara as Tolbert's fighting for position, now committing the foul. Fighting hard as Degara getting a little instruction for Zaitsev. You see the spin move arriving late. It's interesting, we don't see the imports communicating too much, but Robinson and Zaitsev, a little handshake after that one. Missed shot by Degara. Missing a second one. Welcome into the broadcast, Kavalan Nemanja Vesovic from the former Yugoslavia is the third import for the Pilots, as there's a deep make by Tolbert. Now down by 2, intercepted, and a 3. Wu Jingxiang getting on the board in a big way. Carelessness by the Braves, see their lead slip away. To the basket, Leitingen. Out to Lewis in the scramble, throwing it to Beast. And it'll be a 3-second call on Degara, and almost can't blame him. Braves had a couple opportunities. To kind of calm things down, the landlord will be checking into the game. Wu Jingxiang with his first points of the game after going 0 for 8. He does have 4 steals. Pilots hanging on to this one. Leitingen steals it. They're running out of time though. Beast to Lewis. How to keep track of it. Zaitsev to Beast. Going left and losing it out of bounds. Time did not expire, so the Pilots will have 1 3/4 court inbound. Tolbert from all the way. Taking the full length of the court to take that shot. And now, after a strong third quarter, the Pilots lead things by 1. One exciting frame left. We'll be back after this.
没错，如果你上我们的大荧幕，就是今天是 Kiss Can， 所以可以像我一样亲吻你左边跟右边的好朋友。那我就不客气喽。谢谢各位，欢迎这一对情侣，可以共数爱心，也可以礼貌性的亲一个，欢迎你们来。好的，这一位情侣不要害羞，比个爱心好不好？谢谢，掌声谢谢。再来下一对情侣，穿着我们去年粉色球衣，谢谢你们。再来哦，欢迎你们，来，不要害羞。哇，非常好的示范，换你们喽，下一对。也可以比爱心，也可以。来，再来，可以，就是你们。哇！来，坐在楼上的朋友不要害羞，好，比爱心也可以。来 ，Angel 亲一个吧。东东跟柠檬这一组合叫冬瓜柠檬。好，再来下一对朋友，掌声，谢谢。再来下一对，欢迎，来了，不要害羞。耶！好，来，哇！小朋友，来，欢迎董事长。董事长可以比个爱心吗？哇！谢谢董事长，还有夫人，谢谢。来这一对，下一对朋友，好，比爱心也可以，欢迎你们。
Giving fans a lot of flexibility with the Braves Kiss Cam in stadium.
谢谢。
The Braves
来换你们喽，这一对朋友。
not quite feeling the love, but they haven't
爱心
played
谢谢
well. They've had 8 turnovers
不要害
in
羞
that
不要
third
害
quarter
羞
alone.
第一个 Kiss K。
In particular, 3 by
掌声谢谢
Degara,
你们。
including that 3-second violation.
好，最后一对，
Meanwhile, the
最后一
Pilots
对
don't
了
shoot
最后一对，谢谢你们。
crazy well, 9 for 21.
借给勇士。
But compliments to Tolbert and Robinson, 9 points apiece while playing tough defense. Well, I guess doing their best against the import duo of Zaitsev and Degara. Double screen. Now pinned down for Jet. Short roll to Zaitsev with a corner push shot, no good. Yao kicks it. Wu Jingxiang driving on Jet. Not called for the foul, and now they stop time, and I guess the referee might have forgot to put his whistle in his mouth. There will be a foul. They put one for the Braves, and the shot clock's at 14. That's maybe given a second chance. Wu Jingxiang from the corner already hit one, hits another. Now with a 4-point lead. Largest in the game was 5 in the first quarter. Jackie flings up a prayer. Thought he got hit. Jingxiang this time trying from the right side, leaves it short. Pong Pong was providing the screen. Now Ayao crashing into the LED board and the referee. Better watch out there. Get another look. That referee, the slot official on that side. Joseph Lin from top, short. Long rebound to Jet. And the landlord pops out for his 3, almost. For those of you who are concerned, number 99 is Song Minglu. Find that information out on the P.LEAGUE website in the individual game log and live stats. Ayao dribbles right, takes the mid-range, way strong. Braves with Jet, Joe, Jackie, and Zaitsev. Landlord. Poked away. Joseph Lin's got to start again. Running low on time. To the baseline. No. Intercepted first. On the break, not a lot of room. And Wu Jingxiang flips it in with the left hand. Well, after turnovers in the first half, he was decisive there. Now give his team a 6-point lead. We got another break, but exciting finish to this one. Ways to go.
Put your right hand in, you put your right hand out.
谢谢各位。
Now you shake it all about, and do the hokey pokey, you turn around, 'cause that's what it's all about. Yeah, put your left hand
trying to pump up the crowd, but right now the first place team is down to the Pilots, who I mentioned have now accumulated the strongest strength of schedule up to this point in the season, 52.7%. For reference, the last place team in the Lioneers' strength of schedule up to now is 43.2%. To know is a little bit of a point of frustration with them. They're right now 9-7, less than a game out of first place, but they'd like to see that record improve. Now, as the road team, the Pilots are 0 for 5, and the Steelers also don't have a win here in Huping. And now a turnover, misconnection between Joe and Winston. Well, they're on a back-to-back, so playing with focus has got to be the #1 thing. Robinson takes a tough fadeaway, and he buries it in the face of the landlord as the Braves come down with a little bit of pace. Jet fires his three-point shot, planks out. Pilots can't get ahead of themselves, though. They are on the road. Lu Jingxiang steps through and gets the roll. Winston on the curl. Decisive in the corner. In and out. It's not the usual spot he will have an opening, but almost started the comeback as Ayao missing the layup. Winston leading the break. Joseph Lin left way too open. He hits the three. You can tell from about half court that the Pilots weren't matching up. And that's the thing about modern basketball. Those three-pointers don't need to come in the half court. Wu Jingxiang on the down screen, erased by Zaitsev. Too easy. Jet, one man to beat. Can't get the lay-in. We got a loose ball foul. It's going to be on Winston. So it is a turnover. It's not a turnover because off the rebounds, those are considered loose balls. So by that logic, yes, offensive, quote-unquote, offensive loose ball rebound fouls do result in free throws, as Brendan Smart, see checking in the game. Wu Jingxiang and Ray getting a breather. Hayden is going to run the point for the Pilots. Robinson on the handoff will take the deep two, bumped into, not called, and the Braves come away with a rebound. Deep pass poked away by Hayden. After having a good quarter in the third, Pilots having a good quarter in the fourth, 9-3. Deep inbounds, Joseph Lin gets all the way to the handoff. Smart catch and shoot, got it. Immediately, the Pilots answer with a timeout of their own. Making sure the Braves don't find that energy and that momentum. Good execution on the baseline out of bounds, and the Pilots right now have relatively fresh legs. Pong Pong, Ayao, Guan Dayo, and Hayden didn't play too much to start the fourth quarter. So we're getting a little bit of a clock issue. See if our colleagues on mobile can fix that.
Quick 也可以做 ，Quick 出来也是让他来打 pick and roll。那个人当然防守没有注意，你可以突，但防守已经换得非常明显的拉开，让他再下去，然后再造成他下去的吸引，外面喘口气，等着球，准备投或者再次突破。 哎，回防还是要快哦，回防还是要快哦。压人可以稍微退回来一点压，不要开始前面就去抓。好嘞。
It sounds like Jordan Tolbert will be the focal point on offense. Got a couple play calls in there. Whether it's a two-man game or maybe want to go with a simple post-up. For the Brave side, Igor Zaisev will be their import. Get another look, Joseph Lin. Three-pointer in transition, and then Brendan Smart on the pick and roll. Smart, his first points in the game, becoming number 12 on the Braves to score in this one. Perfect 1-for-1 for the field. Meanwhile, Joseph Lin's got 11. It was only his first made 3 after 5 attempts. Pompong trying to get the foul, and Zaisev able to get the jumper. Pretty incredible. For one, Zaisev has blocked Pompong's shot so many times, and two, it wasn't that hook shot. Joseph Lin finding space. Smart hesitates, now shoots. Off iron, Winston get it right back, and the foul. Looks like Guan Dayo is a little bit too aggressive, but that's the way he plays. It's a long way to go. The Pilots don't want to overexert themselves. If you're on the Brave side, you know you can be a little bit patient. Let your guys work and make the right play. Both ends of the floor. Winston makes the first free throw. Right now in the game, both teams have taken 10 free throws. This is going to be number 11 for the Braves. Missed. Only one miss for the Pilots all night at the free throw line. There it is on your screen. Guan Dayo right into the hands of Joseph, 2-on-2. Will make the layup and begging for the foul. Guan Dayo falls into the same hole where the cameramen were. The deficit's now at 3 for the home team. IL doubled, getting it to Hayden, kick out, Pompong will try to drive himself, no foul call. Rebound for the Braves. And now illegal screen it seems, Big Z trying to block Ayao. It's going to be 3 team fouls for the Braves. And look at Joseph Lin going to the hoop. That brings Joseph Lin's point total of 13, which leads the team, surpassing Beast. Meanwhile, that is only the second personal by Zaisev. Horn. And Wu Zhixiang saves it from going out of bounds, but throws it right to Jet. With numbers, there's going to be an early foul. Going to be free throws. Be a quick meeting by Tony, talking to the troops. Jet bouncing in the free throw. He's so far a perfect 4 for 4. 8 points. 24 turnovers by the Braves. Not a good sign now. The Pilots got to keep their efficient scoring up. Four turnovers in the quarter by the Braves, 3 by the Pilots. Pompong challenging Zaisev. Squeezing and losing the basketball. Running low on time, Hayden misses the push shot. Great opportunity there. Braves are spread out wide. Zaisev kicks it to Smart, tipped by Tolbert, and Zaisev trying to do a little bit of dodgeball, throws it out of bounds. Make that 5 turnovers in the quarter. Give and go, nothing there. Tolbert will get a deep post up. Hook pass, Ayo takes the last second three, no good. Been cold all night, that makes him 0 for 4. Behind the back, now Beast going to the rack, finding space, laying it in. Joseph Lin and Smart combining for the double. A foul before the basket. Before the shot attempt. Perhaps. We're looking at Beats. Between the legs, behind the back, in and out. Then using the footwork. Pulled out everything in the bag. Just not with his patented spin move. Stretch 14 for the Pilots. It's Pompon crossing up Zaisev. His layup blocked by Smart. Very, very curious to have Pompon go one-on-one all the time as Robinson poked it out of bounds from behind. Right now the Pilots playing some very curious offense, letting the clock run down, and maybe Guandayo, fresh in the game, will help speed things up. They're really successful when they get a lot of movement. Smart pops free, he hits the baseline J. Brandon Smart in that Senshin Dajak game also took a huge step up. Right now 2 for 4, 5 points. Robinson fires in his face, no good. Fight for the rebound, saved by Guandayo. Every last possession counts. Utrishan forces up one, overshoots it. Well, Smart can be a scorer, but he doesn't want to give up on rebounding. It's kind of his calling card too, averaging 7 per game. It was as high as 10 earlier in the season. From the logo, Joseph Lin starting his move. Going left, blocked. 2-on-1, Ayao able to lay it in. And he's also asking for a foul too, not called. Beast to Zaisev. Driving on Robinson, and it will be a foul and the basket. Robinson checking out his job, getting a look at the move. Zaisev kind of just went up, and bad timing for Robinson. Now 11 points, 10 rebounds for Big Z. Missing the free throw, one of those rare low offensive outputs for one team, even with 2 healthy imports. 18 points by the Braves duo. Up by 3 though. Utrishan. Robinson. It's going to be out of bounds. No, it might be a foul call on Smart. .2:15 left. Seen a lot of physical play in the 4th quarter. The referees might need to get ahead of that. Don't call the first foul. Things get a little rougher as the game goes on. Robinson gets the roll. Talk about the minute details. 10 for 11 are the Pilots at the line. 8 for 14 for the Braves. Robinson already surpassed his average on the season. Right now, 26. Stays at 26. Plenty of time for both teams. Guandayo guarding Jet. Behind the back dribble. Gonna go out of bounds. Bouncing off the leg of number 3. Make that 6 fourth quarter turnovers. 3 by Joseph, 1 by Jet. Braves kind of flashing a Liba zone as Wu Jingxiang goes to the basket, getting off of the backboard. Now this time Joseph Lin going against was Guandayo. To the corner, forced shot by Jet, splashes it. That makes it a 5-point lead for the Braves. Jet showing off that MVP-like prowess. 4 Braves scoring in double digits. Not as much as the Pilots with 26 from Robinson, 17 for Tolbert. Pilots have no timeouts left. Also in the fourth quarter. Right now the Pilots only 6 for 18. Meanwhile, the Braves 7 for 16 as now Johnny Yin conducting the strategy in the Pilots timeout. Critically, 3 made threes, only 1 for the Pilots. Mentioned him earlier, but Si Jingyao 0 for 4 from 3-point range. It's gonna be kind of a sore spot. The Pilots can't turn this around. Got a very thorough set that Johnny's drawing up. Another look, Guandayo. Put up a good contest, but not enough for Jet. Choosing to go with a jump shot instead of his set shot. He would like to take when he's more than 25 feet out from the basket. Braves are trying to sweep the home weekend on a white Valentine's Day weekend. Joseph all over him. Spins, going to the basket, getting the roll on the fancy English. Brendan Smart coming over to the help. And now the Braves call timeout. So right now, both teams playing it very tight with their strategy. Kind of the thing, what we ask for all the time is exciting basketball till the end. Thank you fans for tuning in. Let's listen in.
这两个先要球，因为他们真的会压迫。这个中线 smart 就是 Bago 卡，可以给要给直接，给的时候没有给就接球，接下去这边直接走掉，这边提早做平衡落，接下去再回来以后，我们做翻队，对自己要出来。 不要翻队，推板直接推板，所以之前直接上来这边，到这边以后推板。过来压缩，够，接下去这个平档，这边不会，就直接拉开，一下，然后快速回防，24秒，先做 double， 有快攻拿快攻，现在头变棒，对，要喊。刚才那个球啊，注意啊。 不给切底，因为我们的帮忙会来自于中间。
I think the crucial point from that timeout was in the very beginning. Coach Rogers saying we want to use all 24 seconds. We see Juingxiang somehow able to finish after Brendan Smart came over to provide the challenge as well. Pilots predictably a little bit of pressure in the front court. Now back off. I heard definitely they're going to go with a screen and roll game. Beast pops free, fires, and hits. Whistle goes off, and it seems like the Pilots called their 30-second timeout. Beast now taking control of the top scorer for the Braves with 16 points. Big shots made down the stretch. Jets 3. Liu Jingxiang's layup. Now Beast with a 3. It's a 2-possession game now. Looking up the box score, that's the thing that we take a lot of pride in the Plus League. Right now, Yer Zaitsev 2 points, Robinson with 3 points, only 5 points for the two teams' imports combined so far this fourth quarter. Scoring is right now a combined 39 points. So 5 out of 39, if you do that math quickly, out of 40%. I guess out of 40 points. 1 of 8, 12-ish%. Ray going to the basket, to the corner. Liu Jingxiang free. Off the side of the backboard. Brendan Smart might have effected it. They tried to foul, but Joseph Lin and Jet bringing it across the timeline. Decently executed play by the Pilots, but Brendan Smart there to blow things up. Not that his man was Liu Jingxiang, but he was nearby. They inbound it. Can't force a turnover yet. Jet will fire from 3, and he hits another one after going to the ground. He's got words for everybody. Got that one with a lot of time left on the clock. Liu Jingxiang fouled on his drive. Down by 9 points. Pilots have no answer for the Braves' outside shooting. As you might remember, started off really cold. 1 for 8 in the first quarter. 3 for 13 in the second quarter. But this final decisive frame, the Braves are 5 of 11. Zhang's turned around a bad start to now scored 11 points. They double and it's a foul. going to play the foul game, but the Pilots now down by 3 possessions. Pretty much need a miracle. 15 points by the Jet. 5 of 5 from the line. Make it 6. The only player who's taken and made more free throws is Devin Robinson, 7 of 8. The Jet stays perfect. Pilots. Looks like they're going to run a regular offensive possession, if not anything. What an exciting finish to this one. Braves extend their winning streak. After defeating the Pilots last week, they take another one. The night after defeating the Dreamers as well by 20 points, they win a close one. 91-82 is your final. That makes it 5 straight wins for the Braves, solidifying their first place spot in the Plus League as we head from week 13 on to week 14. And stick around, fans, for the player interviewed in this post game. Both teams fought hard, but a 10-point advantage for the Braves was the victory. The Pilots playing with a shorter rotation. 9 guys making their way on the floor. Whereas for the Braves, it was a 12-man rotation. So the difference makers are kind of the same players down the stretch. Joseph Lin, Jet, Chang, and Beast, Lin Zijie, the 3 top scorers for the Braves.
Hello,
and there's Beast in the postgame.
对。
Asked about being down as
我
much
觉
as
得
10
一开始
points.
就是两人一开始
To
就
making a
是
comeback.
企图心很重，然后我觉得他们全场就是在防守给我们很多一些困难吧，然后我们的失误也蛮多的，所以
He's
到
admitting
分数
that
就
the
是
Pilots
你
defense
来我往
caused
的。
them problems, and thankfully they make it back by the end. Now asked about how the form of the Braves are, because in their winning streak they've won a lot by a big margin. This one not so much.
我觉得是3分季是因为可能在受伤的人员就是过多嘛，然后就是伤伤停停，然后回来打，一直都没有很好的状况。然后回来，大家心态比较好一点，大家的对赢球的那种渴望，就是比上一季更积极吧，就是很想赢。然后还有，我觉得最大的就是在防守这一块，大家都一直很努力去做好，就是要执行的内容。
The most important thing though is the defense. Mark noting that Beast has made a 3 in every quarter. Asking about Beast's playing form.
我觉得其实，在这些我觉得都是我老将应该去呈现在球场上，就是该是自己机会，然后创造给更好的就是队友去投篮。可是我觉得今天做唯一最不好的就是失误球过多，对，这是我要自己再去做修正。
One thing to fix though is a few more turnovers than he would have liked. His total mark was 4, and the Braves committed a team total of 27. Well, 28 points is the high-scoring quarter for either team. We'll go to a break before wrapping things up from Taipei. Thank you for watching this game of Plus League basketball. 1。
好的，再一次提醒现场的朋友，如果你是有中子签，是签名会资格的，也记得要往我们的场外的签名会现场来等候。那由于勇士还有赛后的记者会，所以会稍微需要等待一下。同时，就算你没有中签没关系，一样可以到我们活动区域来观赏待会的签名会。他们待会一样会跟大家互动，然后我们也会拍一张大合照，也欢迎大家可以留下来。如果不急着回家的话，可以先到场外的活动区域来跟大家等候。待会勇士在结束记者会就会移动到签名现场。同时也要提醒大家，在篮筐后方的
Braves sweep the home weekend on their pink theme, White Valentine's Day, blue and pink jersey. We'll see what they bring out next in their Friday game against the Kaohsiung Steelers, who are trying to reverse their losing streak, which is equal to the Braves. That game will tip off at 7 p.m. March 18th, game 54 on the Plus League schedule. So the Pilots, even though they had a 10-point lead and 11 from Lu Jingxiang, who woke up in the fourth quarter, but 6 blocks by the Braves all game, erased high percentage shots from the interior. But Jets 10 points in the fourth quarter, and Joseph and Big Z playing the entirety of the fourth quarter, really stabilizing forces in the final frame, the decisive frame. In the end, the Braves shoot 28% from three-point range, which is just a tick lower than 29% by the Pilots from range. Kind of fighting through the fatigue and playing with that unity that they showed yesterday in the win. Kind of doing it for Big Z, and now they themselves hang on to first place. So on behalf of Sam, Mark, the league, and the teams, we thank you for watching and see you in the next one.